You are listening to Zimbabwe News. Keep listening to Zimbabwe News.
This self-acclaimed apostle, every time when he talks about assassination or something like that, you will notice over the years since 2019, he will be hallucinating, and he will be the driver of the car. And hear me, if you check the trend of events from June 2019, every time when he starts claiming that there are state agents that are after him, he will cause an accident, he himself, and he will be the driver, and people will die. And each year, at least three people have died. 2019, 3 people died. 2020, 3 people have died. Hear me. And now we're in 2021. I'll repeat there. I hope you understand there. Why am I speaking like this? His first accident, right. His first accident, I investigated it. I was there to, not just myself, but our team were on the ground in Vuma and Chatsworth. We're at the accident scene. We filmed what was going on. We also used his own video. We interviewed even the Good Samaritan, who he thanks for rescuing him and driving him all the way to Masvingo for hospitalization. We interviewed 2 women, one who was in a vehicle that was in front, one who was in a vehicle before. We looked at this accident scene and everything. Even before we get to all those other different interviews, his own confession, he says he was speeding at over 100 kilometers per hour, sometimes 120, and he wanted to increase above 120 in a section of the road whose speed limit is 60 kilometers. But anyway, quickly, I want to throw this right now, that the young man clearly caused that accident himself through speeding, reckless driving, and per his own words, there were no CIOs at all, there were no state agents behind, neither in front or anywhere around, that could have even imaginatively caused the accident. So, the facts around that incident were clearly him causing the accident. A few days later, he started screaming out, claiming that he was under an assassination attempt, that his wife died due to that assassination attempt from the state. There were other claims that he made, which were based on the fact that a police report was released. And he claimed that this report was released presumptuously and that it was offloaded into the public. That's the police report concerning the accident. He claimed that it was released too early. It was released within 3 hours of that accident. And so many of his church members used that as an explanation to allege that the state agents were behind this, that they caused all this and that they planned everything. However, judging by even just that, for a police report to be released into the public 3 hours later is nothing unusual in the Zimbabwean context. In actual fact, police reports are released within the hour of an accident happening. There is nothing unusual, especially accidents when the people who are inside the accident have been identified and a police has attended to such an accident. The only thing that people could talk about, where was it released into the public domain? And there's still nothing unusual in the Zimbabwean context, because police officers always offload reports. There is no longer privacy, and there are numerous such accounts. We see them every week, sometimes every day. when reports are thrown. So practically here, the accident in Mashingo Road that he claims here when he puts on a t-shirt saying that people were killed and he says stop the killing was his causing. He was driving recklessly. Someone is saying here, but that was the initial report. What about the police conclusion? What you need to simply do there is to find out from the police. This is not the first accident that they would have had to. When a police initial report is done like that, that's it. The next thing is prosecution. Every such accident goes to prosecution and it goes on like that. But what he did was, he then politicized everything, and that could have easily slowed down the wheel. But you're not going to get any other conclusion, because the conclusion has been done right at this accident scene. Unless if the accident was caused by a hit and run, and then they just run away. But in this case, if the people are still there, like in this case, he was there. And we know that the other truck, the Gonyet, had driven off. But everything was documented in good time. And the police did their report. So quickly, that is the procedure. Right now, what we're seeing, I want to quickly say here, is a very, very lying preacher. I've talked about the Mashingo accident. He lied that Mnangagwa was behind that. He is the only activist in Zimbabwe who screams about accidents. The only one. We have got people who are real fighters for democracy, people like Job Sikala, who fight for democracy in the country. You never hear Job Sikala screaming about, oh, CIOs are after me, CIOs want to kill me. And then, you see, you never hear such things. You never hear someone like Nelson Chamisa, who is Emerson Mnangagwa's arch enemy, talking like that. Never. In fact, what you hear from people like Nelson Chamisa is are honest statements. Like when Susan Changirai had an accident around that time, when the late Morgan Changirai's daughter had an accident in Kwekwe, involving soldiers as well. Chamisa did not say that this was an assassination. You know what? Chamisa was honest. Chamisa did not abuse that incident for his political gain. He clearly stated that Susan was speeding. So quickly, we have numerous people here that I could give you who are arch enemies of the state, real arch enemies, that Mnangagwa would like to even put a bullet through their head. But you never hear them talking like this young man. It's as if he is the only person, in the same way that he will scream to people, saying that he is the only voice that is accurate in the country, that is telling the truth in the country. When you hear a person telling you that the only voice, watch out. But anyway, quickly. The second one is the Norton accident. Right. Before I say too many things here, Tellen Chiwenga made confessions himself with his own mouth that he disobeyed lawyers who told him to shut up concerning the Norton accident. Because he caused, lawyers literally told him last year that he should keep quiet, that he would put himself in trouble, because he is the one who caused the Norton accident that killed Mayor Jacob Mafume's uncle. And he said that on video, that he disobeyed his own lawyers. So now, because he knows that prosecution is coming his way, there he is. He's just opened a campaign to claim that there are assassination attempts after him. I mean, good people, I'm just showing you here. There he is. Assassination attempts after him. 6 lives lost. Stop the killing. And Zimbabweans here. Look at this. Look at that. And this man says that he is the only voice. The only voice that speaks genuinely. Genuinely for God. In the whole of Zimbabwe, there's no other man of God. Right, so he's opened this campaign because he knows that prosecution is coming. Yeah, he says 6 lives lost. He is the one who killed these people. As far as the Norton accident is concerned, he announced himself that he deliberately chose to turn his vehicle and go for a head-on. He said to literally go for a head-on collision against Mr. Sam Madzingira. And he falsely claimed that Sam Madzingira is a CIO. I mean, look, folks, I can't believe a person who calls himself a man of God who lies like that. When I don't nyepa like that, our viewers, witnesses, you know how close I am, how easily I can pull right now from database at the MID myself. How I can pull from the database of the CIO. I can call even the head of the CIO. I've done it here. I can even call the head of the MID. I can access any file that I can from either the MID of the CIO. Our viewers, witnesses, you know my work over the years. I am one journalist who is literally every day head-on against Mnangagwa. In courts, in Zimbabwe, and outside of Zimbabwe. I do not flinch when it comes to my aggression against the oppression that Mnangagwa is doing against our people. And we're connected here with a whole network of real journalists, number one, and real activists who are risking their lives to help the Zimbabwean people improve their welfare, their security. This young man, we don't know him. Ati muzivi. This young man is a liar. Sam Madzingira has never been a CIO. Sam Madzingira has never been a ferret, as he claims. Sam Madzingira, when he had that accident, he was actually driving to a funeral. And he was going to sleep at Mayor Jacob Mafume's house. What an evil man Talenchiwenga is. What an evil man. Kunyepa like that. Believe him at your own peril. And I'm not trying, listen to me, I'm not trying to twist your thinking here. I'm simply telling you. If you don't follow the work that, the research and how much we do every day, well, maybe you're new. But I'm telling you right now, this young man is one of the worst liars in Zimbabwe. Worse than Manama Kandiwa, than what's his name? Walter Magaya, Jubert Angel. Claiming that he opposes the government. Achinyepa Budara. And you people, my diasporans, you actually give him money. Especially people in the diaspora, you give this filthy liar money. A liar who tells you, for instance, that Inini, he claims that I am paid myself by Emmanuel Makandiwa and claims to be a preacher of the Bible. Being the first and foremost, myself, journalist who has exposed Makandiwa and who daily exposes Makandiwa left, right, and center. You see now any, and you folks, you just go because someone talks well. Because he speaks, by the way, when he speaks into a microphone. So it's all nice. And when he's quoting my scriptures, scriptures are great. Even Robert Mugabe used to quote scriptures. One of the worst murderers in this country, in Zimbabwe, since 1980, Robert Mugabe, with thousands of lives, of human lives at his hands, used to quote scriptures. And we all used to get blessed. And Zimbabweans, you don't learn. Just because someone is just kungonareta my scripture. Well, and you actually gave such a person money. It was, avura icho activism icho. Chekunyepa. Assassinate. And you people actually give this person money. When I challenged him about the Mashingo accident, the facts, in 2019, Zimbabweans here heard him. Those who do follow him, or who do follow him, you heard him claiming that, instead of him answering a simple question, you were speeding. Do you deny that you were speeding? You were over speeding. You caused this accident because of speeding. You were speeding, and you even wanted to go above 120 kilometers in a bendy road that is potholed, that is full of trucks, abnormal trucks. Do you deny that you were speeding? He goes on video, and then he says that Zimbabwe has opened a program to challenge me on the scriptures. Does he know the scriptures? And I was shocked that a lot of our citizens actually believed that. Zimbabweans believe izvozvo. That's why I've also been saying recently, especially those who are funding these fake preachers, in the coming days, weeks and months, I'm going to keep a database of the real citizens. Yeah, because we will have to, because right now, if you get into trouble and you need something done for you, we're going to prioritize those we know are serious about improving their lives, about improving the lives of their kids and their country, and protecting themselves from abuse, especially by these fake preachers. These men and women, I've said it before, sacrifice. So when they're talking to you, they always believe. I know believe. But that doesn't mean that you're not in control. You can choose. If you decide kufunga, you can choose not to be fooled. But we've got people supporting these fake preachers. So I want to say here, yeah, right now we do carry out special programs, special investigations. In the coming days, we're going to be checking databases. Background. If you support one of these fake preachers, would you spend the time instead of taking care of your kids? You spend time 5 hours a day listening to this man that you know very well is a liar. It's better we end because destroy because you sponsor these fake preachers, and you can't even see how these fake preachers are destroying our country. In reverse, they actually sponsor the terrorism in the country. In reverse gear, sponsor, and you can't see. Men of God, men of God, the other time he lied, saying that Mnangagwa didn't send soldiers to shoot people on 1 August. When he quotes a few scriptures, quotes those lies with a few scriptures, and people actually believe. Quickly. I don't find I was supposed to do 5 minutes, but I'm gonna need to cut shortly. Anyone who wants to come in and ask me questions, feel free. Yeah. And you can't see. And you can't see. Not all nama papa lights. Vana papa. Instead of typing in there, press the green button to those who are asking questions. I'm not going to be, right. Come in, press the green button. Those who want to genuinely ask questions. Brendy Z, go into video. Go on to video. Brandy Z, it is well known that Talent Chiwenga has a personal clash with his own brother, who controls the soldiers. He has a personal clash. Akaklasha na brother wake. That has got nothing to do with what he claims to be assassination. He even says it, that he was beaten up. Constantino did assault him. It's well known. It's a personal because he lied about Constantino as well. Akanyepera Constantino kuti, do you know what? He had listened to my interview with Constantino Chiwenga, and he rushed to conclude that Constantino Chiwenga is the one who sent soldiers. Because because he had just listened to my interview, and then he concludes, just because Chiwenga was complicit in the shootings. So he rushed to conclude that Chiwenga is the one, that Constantino is the one who sent the soldiers. When it's very clear, it is Mnangagwa who sent the soldiers. I mean, come on. We even saw it on ZBC. We saw it before. We saw it afterwards. It's even in writing. Mnangagwa is on live ZBC video. And then this person comes and tells you, Jehovah, I can't do it. Mnangagwa, Asiro, Akatuma Masuja, Kundafura man. Asiro, I'm so, Jehovah, I can't do it. No, Chimachi, Paravina, Chimachi, and Jas, and then she's so good. I see Jehovah can do it. Like that, and you're listening, and you can't see kuti murukuto you're being poisoned. Murukurutsirwa. Zvinhu zvake zvekuromba zvake izvozvo. Brain yenyu ichizadzwa. So you actually believe this person is talking. Chokwadi. Iachikunyepera like that. Why do I talk like this? I speak like this. Hans, who is this guy? No. I see Java. Talent Chiwenga. I know the apostle, the self-proclaimed apostle. Why do I speak like this? I was right at the forefront of being affected, number one, and also the victims of 1 August that he then puts on this video, on this YouTube video here, were affected. And he's only putting this video now because he wants to court your sympathy. They were affected because they are at court. I'm at court. I'm at court in Zimbabwe. I'm at court in the EU. I'm at court, hear me, I am at court in different countries of the world over this thing, which I'm fighting Mnangagwa. That he is the one who sent soldiers. Hear me, I've spent my own personal money. I've risked my own personal life fighting Mnangagwa to prove in court that Mnangagwa is the one who sent soldiers. And then some young man who claims, who self-proclaims himself as an apostle, announces, using the Holy Bible, saying that Mnangagwa didn't send soldiers. And some Zimbabweans who went to school, who can read the Bible for themselves, actually believe this young man in his lies. The economy of Zimbabwe today is down. On that day, from that day when we lost 16 billion worth of investments due to that shooting that Mnangagwa deployed soldiers for, the economy is down, and the economy has continued to go down since that day, the 1st of August. If the lives of every Zimbabwean is affected by this, this is no small incident. This is not like something has just happened in Warren Park or in Hwange. This is an incident that is affecting the day-to-day sustenance of every living human being and every animal in the country. The economy is down because of that day. Now, for a man to then use the Holy Bible and lie to the people, saying that God says Mnangagwa didn't send soldiers to shoot people on that day. It's not a small thing. This is a big lie. It's a huge lie. And then now he starts claiming that Mnangagwa wants to assassinate him. This young man is demon. If he's not demon possessed, maybe he is mentally deranged. This is me speaking. And I'm one journalist. My career, I stand to strengthen the Zimbabwean people with knowledge so people can be strong. You can make decisions that can help to improve your lives. Someone has just posted a comment there. I'm going to read it. Florence has just said here, Jim Jones made his followers drink something and they died. I can't read that, okay? Yeah. Fake prophets brainwash their followers to count in and out. There's a man called Jim Jones. He actually used to preach the Bible. Very well, by the way. Check his videos online. Jim Jones, J-I-M-J-O-N-E-S.